It's Scrappy Peeps. Suzanna here today for Elle Studio with one last share for the March kits. This is a St. Patrick's Day layout. I have tried to show you, while the kit is very birthday dominant, how you can use it for things other than birthdays. A lot of them celebrations, of course. The first one was Easter, and then two birthday layouts, and now a St. Patty's Day layout. So trying to show you how you can sort of expand that birthday theme. So I went with the, let's go with salmon color, the shades, two different shades of salmon, and the green along with that rainbow stripe there to sort of, I used the salmon as an orange, and then to build the color scheme close to St. Patty's Day. And of course, what would St. Patty's Day be without a rainbow? So I'm also using wood veneer from the add-ons, as well as the March labels. I've kept the labels, two of them attached there to create a column down the left-hand side. So in many ways, this is a grid layout because you've got your four 4x3 cards and then another column created by those labels that just run down the side there. And they are not functional labels per se, so much as decorative, and serve more as embellishments than they do journaling spots. I could write there, but the story fit perfectly in that journal card that says notes from today, and so I just left it at that. Those labels, those other labels that I'm using, are the print your own labels. I like those because they have, and I've chosen to print the ones with words on them. So the one on the top left above the donuts there, the Krispy Kremes, say the highlight, and then the one on the right hand side says March. So even though Hip Hip Hooray is kind of more of a birthday thing, I thought Hip Hip Hooray donuts, because that's what the picture is of the Krispy Kreme donuts. And then my kids and my husband is sort of cut off in the background there with our St. Patty's Day donuts. And that's what the story talks about. We saw these donuts on, I think it must have been Facebook, it could have been Instagram, so some advertising, and they looked green and they looked really yummy and very enticing. And then when Michael went and picked them up, they look kind of more like mud. That green is blah. But yeah, they still tasted good. They just didn't look as appetizing as they did in the advertising, which of course is a marketing scheme, right? So I'm popping this phrase that says, "You are my lucky charm," up for some dimension. Also, I am using the asterisks, the yellow asterisks or stars that came in the birthday collection. I really liked the way that the yellow kind of popped with the rest of this kit layout here, and just gave it a little bit more color, and it actually popped the rainbow, I think, by using the yellow, because there's just that subtle hint of rainbow there. So that wood veneer that I'm putting down now says "Good Times Together," and then the label underneath it says "Good Times" and then "Adventure." And then that big wood veneer says, "I'm lucky to have you," followed by "Together and so lucky." So just fun phrases, sort of subtitles that support the theme of the layout there. Above the smaller wood veneer at the top, I used Celebrate, and that is a die cut from the kit. And that pretty much wraps out the layout. I have done something similar to this. In fact, I do it quite a lot, layering the paper stack behind the paper, or the 3x4 cards. And I just like the way that that adds another dimension to the layout and sort of breaks the grid up a little bit. It's still gritty, but it's softened by the offset papers that are there. So now I want to put the date in because I've got March. And so I'm going to use the new Parker stamp and stamp that in grass skirt green from my Catherine Pooler inks, and then use the coordinating die to cut that out so that March 17th, I mean, obviously St. Patty's Day, March 17th, right? But it was just a way of being able to add more embellishment to the page there. So just going to stamp that first. I love that green, and it coordinates perfectly with the kit. If you are looking for a green, it's definitely called Grass Skirt, and it's by Catherine Pooler. So I have a magnetic platform. I'm going to run that through. I do use some web repositionable tape because sometimes it slides. I think when you've got the magnets that one overpowers the other or something, they don't always stick where you want them to be, and so that helps. So just going to stick that down, and then I'm going to use my tiny shapes and dots stickers. This is the Cool collection this month, and just add a little bit more green. I like to have visual triangles, and so I've created my visual triangle with these green hearts. I had really wanted to do it with the yellow asterisks, but it felt like that yellow, when I had it over on the left-hand side, was just hanging out by itself. So I'm going to journal in that card. I'm also going to use those typewriter stickers for the date there, and that wraps it up, my friends. So be sure to come back on the 10th for our release of the April goodies, and I look forward to seeing you then. Thanks for stopping in today. I hope you're doing well. Take care.